Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us this glorious Sunday, and welcome to our Sunday Divine Service. Today, we've got the lovely Toni Goswell joining us from all the way over by Kinson. So, Toni, good morning. It's a pleasure to see you.
Morning, everyone. Morning, Laurie. Lovely to be here. Strange.
yeah, we're getting used to it slowly. Welcome everybody who'll be joining us live today, and obviously welcome everybody who'll be watching us on the catch-up at a later date. So, Toni, without further ado, if I could ask you please for the opening prayer.
Yeah. First of all, can I say thank you, Laurie, for all that you're doing and keeping us in everybody's mind and eyes, just to make sure that we are still going forward with all this. And these broadcasts help so many people. So a big thank you to you.
Oh, thank you. I'm never one. I'm not very good at taking compliments, so don't think I'm just being rude.
No, I know you're not.
But if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be in prison by now. So,
and it does mean a lot to so many people. So thank you.
Thank you.
Anyway, if we just go into the quiet and then we'll commence the prayer. Please join me. Dear Father, Divine Spirit, as we gather here today, facing the challenges that life has given us, we are on a massive learning curve. We thank you for the new day. We thank you for the love and the support and the guidance that you're giving us. You're showing us in the miracles that happen each day as another person recovers from this virus. This earthly life is here as a lesson, as a school, to give us the support so that we can go forward in our eternal life. And as we go forward, I ask for your love and your energies to be placed around the world to support those suffering the consequences of our situation today. For no country has been untouched. It includes the whole world. And we also include those that are very close to us, our family, our friends, and those we come in contact with each and every day. But we also remember those that have lost their loved ones, specifically when they are close to you. We know the hurt. And we also remember those that are homeless and are hungry, because there are still those with no home. Remember those that are lost and lonely, and may there be somebody there to support them. And I ask that your love and strength be given to those that support each and every one around, what we call our heroes today, the doctors, the nurses, and those that go out of their way supporting each other. We include the emergency workers and the key workers so that we can continue a new normal for our lives. And we also remember the children of the world. Some are enjoying being at home with their families. Some are confused with the situation. But let them grow up with love and happiness and security. And we also remember the animal kingdom. May we treat them as we would wish to be treated ourselves, and thank them for the healing that they give back. And we thank those that keep doors open for services such as this, a new trend, but at least we can reach out to people that we are new friends, is what I want to say with this technology. And I ask the leaders of the world to acknowledge that as we reconstruct our new world, that we can go forward and support and work together, the whole world together. But as we continue with this service, we thank you for being there for us. We thank our loved ones in the eternal life so that we can go forward and we know that we are safe and we know that life continues. But above all, dear Father, I thank you for being there. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Toni. That was a beautiful prayer. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And now, everybody, if you'd just like to set aside just a short time, send out that healing love, commitment, vibration from the center of your heart, flowing from the center of the universe through you as mediums, and sent out into this physical world to bring around a release from suffering, an upliftment and healing and compassion. So if you just now like to go gently into that mindset, link in with that heart chakra, and ask for that love to flow through you, and then emboldened by your own courage, your own vibration, your own healing energies, and just to be sent forth wherever there is a need. And also ask for healing for yourselves also. For so often we give of ourselves, but never think to ask for ourselves. And if we are not whole and complete, how can we be of support to those who need us in their time of need? So just gently now go into that healing energy and call you back shortly. God bless you all. Thank you for joining us in that time of healing. And now, lovely Toni, if I could ask you for your reading and address for today.
I've chosen a reading that I know I have read before, and I was trying to avoid it, but it kept coming back to me. And I thought, well, actually, the words are good for the time we're in. So it's called I've Learned. I've learned that you cannot make someone love you. All you can do is be someone who can be loved. The rest is up to them. I've learned that no matter how much I care, some people just don't care back. And it's not the end of the world. And I've learned that it takes years to build up trust, but only seconds to destroy it. And I've learned that it's not what you have in your life, but who you have in your life that counts. And I've learned that you can get on by charm for about 15 minutes, but after that, you better know something. I've learned that you shouldn't compare yourself to the best others can do, but to the best that you can do. I've learned that it's not what happens to people, it's what they do about it. And I've learned that no matter how thin you slice it, there will always be two sides. I've learned that you should always leave loved ones with loving words, and it may be the last time you see them. And I've learned that you can keep going long after you think you can't. I've learned that heroes are the people who do what has to be done when it needs to be done, regardless of the consequences. I've learned that there are people who love you dearly, but just don't know how to show it. I've learned that sometimes when I'm angry, I have the right to be angry, but that doesn't give me the right to be cruel. And I've learned that true friendship continues to grow even over a distance. Same goes for true love. I've learned that just because someone doesn't love you, you may want them to, doesn't mean that they don't love you with all they have. And I've learned that no matter how good a friend is, they're going to hurt you every once in a while, and you must forgive them for that. And I've learned it isn't always enough to be forgiven by others. Sometimes you have to learn to forgive yourself. I've learned that no matter how bad your heart is broken, the world doesn't stop for your grief. I've learned that our background and circumstances may have influenced of who we are, but we are responsible for who we become. And I've learned that just because two people argue, it doesn't mean they don't love each other. And just because they don't argue, it doesn't mean they do. I've learned that sometimes you have to put the individual ahead of their actions. And I've learned that two people can look at the exact same thing and see something totally different. I've learned that no matter the consequences, those who are honest with themselves get farther in life. And I've learned that your life can be changed in a matter of hours by people you don't even know. I've learned that even when you think you have no more to give, when a friend cries out, you will find the strength to help. I've learned that writing as well as talking can ease emotional pains. I've learned that the people you care most about in life are taken from you too soon. I've learned that it's hard to determine where to draw the line between being nice and not hurting someone's feelings for standing up for what you believe in. I've learned to love and be loved. I've learned. So thank you for that.
Lovely, Toni. Absolutely beautiful reading. Thank you. So, what should we do now? So we'll go on to the hymn now. I hope you're all ready and got a cup of tea to wet your throat. So if you'd like to join in, great. If you don't wish to, absolutely fine. Just very quickly, because I always make a point of saying hello. Hello, lovely Ruby. I know you're out there.
Hello, Ruby.
So bear with me 2 seconds.
O Lord my God, when I evil someone will, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy path throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. And when I think that God his Son must perish, die, I scarce can take it in. That on the cross my burden gladly buried, he bled and died to take away my sin. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. When Christ shall come with shout of acclamation and take me home, what joy shall fill my heart? Then I shall bow in humble adoration and there proclaim, my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art.
Right, well, I hope you all raised the roof there.
Beautiful song. Thank you, Laurie.
Is that all right?
Yes, love that one.
I did ask Toni if she's got a favourite hymn, and she said, I'll leave it to you. I'm like, oh, okay.
It was one of my favourites. I do love that one.
Right, over to you, my darling.
Right, and well, obviously, I mean, as life is at the moment, it's hard to get away from the restrictions, but that we, you know, life is beautiful. No, it's not easy, particularly at the moment. You know, the situation we find ourselves in, probably one of the biggest challenges that we've had in our lives, we've had to face. We've got so many restrictions and we're used to the freedom that we have. We have to build up on our own strength, our courage. But also we've got to remember that we still need to find some joy that we need. And we need to keep hope. We need to keep hope. Life throws us so many emotions at times. We get happiness and sorrow, victory, defeat, day and night. There's always two sides to the coin. And when I read those words, I thought, each of those circumstances, I think we've all been in at some point in our life. You know, as I was saying earlier, this is a school. It's a life to learn. It's a life to be loved, to learn, to support each other, and to go forward. And particularly at this time, you know, many of us, perhaps our parents were born at the end of the war, but our grandparents lived through the war. They went through similar circumstances, not the restrictions in daily life as such, but they had to go without, just as we are going without at the moment. These difficulties build us and get us ready for when life continues. You know, life isn't a bed of roses. There's the thorns. But once we've got over the initial prickliness of the thorn, the situation that we're in, hopefully we can come out and smell the rose. It was really funny because in the week, I've got a rose here. I did a funeral and I've got the rose. And when I went to put it in water, I did get, and that's what made me think of it. But life is beautiful. the love that we get from our family, our friends. And no, you may not get on with your family or friends 100% of the time, but it's the love. The love never goes. The love never goes, does it? This life experience, I am particularly learning more, becoming of who you really are. Me, myself, as when I was younger, I was never the most confident person. And personally, inside, I'm still not, but I've learned to be able to quash that a little and, be able to stand up in front of people as we're doing today. But we need to all individually grow. Life's taught, and life teaches us to be able to stand up for what we think is right. And you have to be able to accept that not everybody thinks the way you do. And I've learned that life is tough. It's tough. So enjoy the good moments, the moments when you can have the freedom to be able to see your family or friends. Life gives you the challenges, because if you didn't have the challenges, we wouldn't be able to go forward. The downs make the ups more enjoyable. And we need to be able to live, and I mean live. And that's why at the moment I'm enjoying it. No, it's not easy. You can't get out, you can't do what you're doing. But I know so many people are actually, because we've stopped the manicness that we had in life as it is at the moment. We're not rushing round. We stop, and nature is showing us how beautiful life can be. It's a roller coaster, and at the moment we're on one of those scary rides. We will get through it, perhaps without a few of our neighbours, our friends, our families, which is sad, but we know that they will be there to meet us when it's our time to pass. So, and Spirit are there. They're telling you to keep going. They're building your confidence. They're giving you the strength and the courage to be able to face whatever the day brings you. So I'm sending out love and positivity to everyone. And it doesn't matter how many times you get things wrong, they're never wrong. It doesn't matter how many times you fail, you never fail, because you learn from it. So if we can go forward and we can all join together, and particularly, with my own beliefs, we're sending out the love and the healing so that we can support each other. This isn't necessarily a bad situation we are in. It's not always the best, but we can make good from it. We can come out of this a better person, a better life, a better nation, and a better world. And that's what I send out to you all, really. Let's all get through this. Let's all be positive. Let's send out the love, and let's be there for each other. So to sum up today, I just want to say that, life is beautiful. Just as a rose is beautiful, but it has its challenges. So just remember that nothing is impossible. Even the word impossible itself, it says, I'm possible. So hopefully you can take something from that, and God bless you all.
Lovely, Toni. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a great believer myself. It's, when life is just cruising along, ticking over, so do we. It is when we face adversity. The simile there between the war years, it's when everybody's challenged that everybody can either rise to the challenge, and get that positivity out there. And that is so crucial. That really is. We're slipping back into, some of the negativity coming out, and there's no space for that at the moment. There really isn't, and I always say negative energy is a lazy energy.
Yes, definitely.
It doesn't take anything, does it, to be negative? Oh, I don't like that. There you go. Great. When you build and when you put your enthusiasm and your intent into it to make it positive, you actually give it a power. You really do. So, yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely talk. Thank you so much, Toni. So if any of you lovely people have got a question for Toni or just a comment you'd like to make, nice, please.
Yeah, please. Nice ones.
Yeah. Please put them in the comments box. I don't think you're not drawn to do any mediumship, Toni, and it's not a challenge. It's just a question.
Well, yesterday, actually, after we spoke, I did have, and they were here this morning. I did. Right. I got no inclination on who it may, and I can't see names, so I'm not sure what's. But I would just go with what I've got. I had a man and a lady with me, and I feel that they were in their elder years, but not particularly older. But they knew each other, but I want to say they were opposite sides of the family. And while they were here on Earth, they never agreed to almost anything. It was almost if they were like two sides of the coin. But I don't feel they were a couple at all. But I feel that there's a lady here on Earth that may be in the service today that can take this, and she's in a similar situation. There's someone around her that almost doesn't agree with anything she says, and it's becoming a battle. And they're just saying, once the situation is calmed down, perhaps you can learn to agree to disagree. Because I feel that this lady is feeling quite fraught at the moment, and that's the word I was given. So that's all I've got there with that one at the moment.
No, that's fine, Toni. I'm finding the online mediumship. It was very daunting at first, but my advice to anybody, and it's only from in my opinion. Yeah, everybody will do their own thing. That's fine. That's what it's all about. But my advice is just to give what you got. Just reel it out there. We know we've got this delay. I love it because I put my hands up in the air, put them down. They're still up on the screen. We were doing this before we came on live. Oh, look, ghost hands. We know we've got this delay with the technology. And really, as mediums, we're taught to give what we get and not mess about with it, not put our own bent on it, just give it. And I mean, this is a perfect environment to do that because as human beings, we look at each other and already we create a bit of a story, don't we?
Yeah, we can read people as well, so we can.
Yeah, we look at them and already a story's there. In this environment, using this medium, there's none of that there. So it's just give it, throw it out there, give it out, and know that it's come from the highest and the best. And also remember, when we work with spirit are a great intelligence. They're not going to throw random stuff at us, like we do to ourselves. They know that somebody either here today will take that, or somebody even actually on the catch-up, which I experienced because I gave a description of something. And then on the catch-up, somebody posted a photo of it and went, yeah, it's me. I've got this. Look. I was like, wow. So, there's a few people asking for people online to come through. Sorry, ladies and gents, most mediums, where is it? Yeah, we can't call somebody up. There are people who practice the art of channeling who actually ask for somebody specific. I've never dealt with that. I've never gone into it. I've
No.
never had experience of it, so I don't know. But a general mediumship broadcast like this, the medium will be bring through, because it's, you know, we all work differently.
I always say that spirit are in charge of the conversation.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Yeah.
So, we've got a question here from the lovely Susan Townsend. Can you read the comment, sir?
I can read it now, yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
How did you start off with your mediumship, and when did you know you were going on platform? I think I always knew. I always had invisible friends. Even as a child, school was a little hard because I didn't realize that the friends were so invisible to others, I will say. We grew up in what people call a haunted house. We had many visitors there from different ages. And although my parents, I won't say they didn't believe, they didn't know how to handle it, but they never put me down. And there's lots of stories we can say, many things that happened. But I always used to be able to support others, and I suppose give them comfort, which is what a lot of mediumship is. And then I find that what I was saying they could take. So I suppose in a way I've always known of spirit and worked with spirit, but not realizing why. But then when I was 19, I was nursing then, and I had a friend, and she actually took me to Paul Spiritualist Church, and never looked back really. And then I often thought, but I was always, like I said before, I wasn't very confident, but I always admired some of the older mediums we have. There was Roy Breeze as well.
Roy Squires.
Roy Squires. Oh,
Once
wow.
seen, never forgotten.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. And then one day he actually terrified me because he always worked so fast. And then he gave me a message and he said to me that I would be doing what he's doing. And he actually got me stood there on the platform. Well, oh gosh. And I always remember my mum saying, "See, we told you." So yeah, and then there was Cynthia Hines. I don't know, yeah, and there was, you know, Margaret Crawton. There was all the old ones, and what they given. But I never thought, and that was my own confidence. I never thought I could actually do it. But then a lovely lady did my mum's funeral service, Lynn Hayden.
Yeah.
And then I joined her circle. I did sit in various circles before that, but was never committed, I suppose, at the time, having a young family and everything. So, yeah. So, yeah. And then Lynn got me on platform. In actual fact, what happened was a few years later, she passed. And she was actually getting me on platform to work with her, you know, breaking me in slowly. But she passed before we could actually work together on platform. And then I stood up and took some of her bookings. So that was it. And that's about 8-9 years now. So, yeah. So thank you, Sue. And it was lovely to see you on Wednesday.
Yeah, she did an absolutely cracking job.
Brilliant.
There.
Brilliant.
Just a few comments coming in here. Jamie Williamson, when we were talking about we're not actually seeing the sitters, so you know there is no cold readings at all because we got no idea who's out there. Lovely Deb Clark, who was on last night, bundle of fun. Hopefully, Deb, if you are still listening, you've not wandered off. Was that the undertaker in the family, because that was quite interesting. I was a bit miffed that nobody could take that because it was so precise. So let us know if that was the
Oh,
one.
wow, that's good.
Jason Dean Rothwell, who will be taking a service here, but hopefully he'll have a shirt on. I think this comment relates to what we were talking about, channeling.
Yes.
You know what? It's very interesting, because as I was saying it, I think somebody behind me was saying, well, why don't you try it then?
Oh, there you are then.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there we go. There's something to have a think about. What else? Lots of good mornings from everybody. Oh, Deb Clark, no. The undertakers haven't been taken at the moment.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. Maria
Oh, yes.
Lisman. I don't know you personally, Marie, but yeah, that's a very true statement.
Yes, yeah. No, I don't think you plan it. I think, well, in some ways, because obviously I think it depends on how you look at life. But I do believe that we come here to learn certain lessons and to learn a certain way of life, but we still have a certain amount of free will. And if there's the points in life that you need to go through, then they take you back. And that's why sometimes perhaps you feel like you've already lived through one trauma or challenge, because you need to get back on track.
Yeah, very true. And another comment here, Annette Jackson. So true. I never planned to be a medium. Yeah, and
No.
I know myself. I started off on Reiki healing, and when I went up to the level 2, whatever it was, people were talking to me, and I said to the tutor, I said, "Why am I getting voices?" And they went, "You're in the wrong group. You want to be doing mediumship." And I went, "Oh, okay." So where
Yeah,
was there was
yeah.
another? Oh yeah, from the lovely Denise, Cynthia Hines put the fear of God in me.
Oh, she did. Yes, yes, yeah. Lovely lady, though. Amazing.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. You know, actually, it's quite interesting because there's so many new people now watching this, and many other streams of similarity, and they may hear the term of the old mediums. The old school mediums, and correct me if I'm wrong, and tell me to shut up if I'm taking over your service, Toni. But the old school mediums, there was a time when the fella would be the one going out to work and earn a living, and the lady of the house stayed at home. So that sort of like spawned a generation of mediums who had the afternoons to sit every week in circle, every week, all the time. Dedication, dedication. And it spawned a whole generation of wonderful. Oh, we've got one on today, lovely Ruby Neal.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
as you mentioned, Roy Squires, Cynthia Hines, Margaret Clawton. Oh, what was her name? Big lady, hands behind her back. Oh, and her husband.
Oh, I know. She
If you're
always
there.
reminded me of an old school teacher.
Yeah, she was. Come on, I know you're there. Come on. Oh, it'll come. But yeah, we were so blessed, weren't we? We had so many of these, and it was all of a generation, you know, but they were so dedicated to working with spirit, and they were a bit fearsome.
Yeah.
A lot of them were. Carry on, sorry.
I was going to say, I knew, like with Margaret Clawton, I knew her when she was on platform many years ago, and then we moved away, and then when we came back, and then I got connected with Kinston Church, and become medium secretary, and she's, you know, served us. In actual fact, she was a little pussycat underneath, but she just gave this stern exterior because that was what she was taught. But she was also, as you said, old school and took no nonsense. But if you were honest and truthful with her, she could have a real soft spot for you. And my father was a little bit like that. So people like that never gave me the fear. So I was able to approach people. So whether that was those sort of people, I always got on with.
Yeah. Marjorie Fry.
Marjorie Fry, yes, yes, yes.
and Dougie Fry. Yeah, Margaret was my final tutor in a variety of circles I sat in. And I always remember because she used to frighten me. I used to sit at the back and think, ooh. And she came to me once. She gave me a message after many years, and I said to her afterwards, I said, "Thank you, Margaret. Margaret." I said, "That's the first time in years you've given me a message." She said, "Well, obviously you've raised your vibrations up to that of my own." I thought, "Oh, I knew it'd be my fault."
Oh.
So yeah, so there you go, everybody. There's a quick explanation. When you hear the term the old school mediums, it's said with love and affection. They were fiercely proud of what they did. They would, you could engage them in any topic of conversation and they would stand their ground. And if they didn't agree with you, it would be out there. There was no animosity, but they were just like, "Oh, hold on, I think," they were strong people, strong people.
Yeah, and I think they had the commitment. They never had the life to distract them from what they were doing. We've got so many distractions in this life, and not everybody can give 100% commitment, and it is hard. It is hard in this day of life, and I think that's why we haven't got, I'll say, the power, but we will get it back. It is coming.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm sorry, carry on.
No, we need a simpler way of life and not so materialistic.
Exactly where my mind was going. It is a materialism, because unfortunately, with a materialistic way of life, everybody's got a want. And I often say to Spirit, and I'm sure you do, I hope you do, say to Spirit, "I want this, I want that," and you never get it, but you get what you need.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go. Nice message here from Luann Carter. I've taken part in a couple of mediumship workshops, and the feeling I got when I connected to Spirit was just unbelievable. Haven't pursued it, but I too have been told I will be on platform one day, I presume that means.
Yeah.
She does healing, which is wonderful. Yep, great. What's your advice there, Toni?
Well, again, I think to be as committed as you can. Even now, you need to sit in circle, and it's not necessarily what others can teach you, but even to sit in circle, you're committing yourself to those moments where you can sit quietly and connect with Spirit. And it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, you need to be able to do workshops, sit in circle, sit quietly, and just allow Spirit in. But it's having a certain amount of commitment. And I always say it's not a religion, it's my faith and it's my way of life. And if you can be a good person and just go with it, just go where life takes you, because eventually, you'll have your ups and downs, you'll have your ins and outs, but eventually you will get to where you're meant to be, as we were saying earlier. But it's just having a certain amount of a commitment and being a good person.
Yeah, very true. It is. It's commitment, dedication. If you are invited to join a circle, if some people do. I'm not saying it's about you specifically or anybody, but some people do. They turn up as and when they feel like it. Well, do you know what? If that's the effort you put in, that's the effort you're going to get back.
Yeah.
I had days when I was working and, you have a terrible day at work and you sit there and think, "Oh, I really don't want to go tonight." And then half an hour later, you're there because you made that commitment. You said, "I will be there." Yeah.
And yeah.
Fabricio.
Hello. What literature do you use to study to develop your mediumship? Everything, really. if I've got a question, I often Google it. I read books. I love reading mediums' autobiographies or their stories, how other people have got, how other people have led their path in this life. I mean, years ago, there was the lovely lady Doris Stokes. I mean, and, her books are amazing. They're not teaching books, but they give you situations. And she led an amazing life in a simplistic way. There are others, and I love reading Zodiac and Silver Birch. I just adore those, and they're not books that you sit and read as such. Often I've always got them around. I pick them up and read a page. And quite often you find that page eliminates to the situation of you are on that day. You can take a lesson from it. So yeah, it's and often also just sitting quietly and letting spirit come through, because it's surprising what comes through, and spirit are always there, that you're never on your own. So thank you for that one.
Yeah. No, I agree wholeheartedly, especially Zodiac. I don't know if a lot of people won't be familiar with those writings. You can just pick up one paragraph and sit there for the rest of the day fathoming out. So, yeah. And also, the more you read, the more you're building up your toolbox for when you do start to work with spirit. Because every spirit work with you as a medium and your experiences. So get those experiences in, because if you're not familiar with something, how can you describe it? How can you describe an orange without saying the word orange?
And you're not gonna agree with everything. So but that broadens your mind, because then that way you get more questions, and that way you learn more. So that's
definitely.
But I was brought spiritually. I was brought up on Zodiac, so with Joe introduced me actually, and then Lynn did a few years later. So
yeah, I've got the books, and you just dip in every now and then. And it's like, oh wow. Lovely. Jamie has always got a question. Love your questions, Jamie.
What can we learn from old school mediums? Well, I think it's the commitment, and I'm not saying that we haven't got that commitment or the passion. There have been a few. They had physical evidence. There's been a few, I'll say, intimate times that there's been physical evidence. We had I could say diversing a bit, but I remember many years ago as a youngster, when we lived in our house, we had a babysitter, and we didn't want her to babysit, and I thought I was old enough to babysit. And then a vase got moved, and she never babysat again. But I think it's the commitment. I mean, they never had the books as we have now. They just sat and was committed with sitting, like Laurie said, whether it was every afternoon but they had their appointed times. And I think that's what we can learn.
Yep. Yeah, lovely answer. I agree 100%. It is dedication. It's dedication. And the more you sit and the more you imbue yourself with spirit, the more you learn about yourself as well, and the more you raise your own vibration. So, yeah, absolutely beautiful. What else have we got? Oh, there we go. Lovely Denise again. Another name from the past. Not you, Denise.
She watched the dedication Mum put in Ruby.
Yeah.
She's circle. Oh yes. Hard work to become medium. She became and still is. But she had a lot of support from Dad. Yeah, that helps a lot when you get family behind you supporting you. And again, Ruby is one of my, I will call her my mentor, and I love dear Ruby. She is amazing. And she's one of the old school ones, because sometimes the looks you get from her, and she lets you know, she's not happy, and I respect that. Yeah. I'd love to see Ruby continue working, but I know obviously she has her own restrictions now. So, but yeah, lots of love, Ruby.
Yeah. And as I say, another name from the past there, good old Sandy Bullock, because I know there's a couple of people on here who are ex-Sandy Bullock school. Jamie Williamson, in response to your response to his question, yeah, I think it's about simplicity and commitment too. Very true, very true, very true. Where are you? Yeah. Maria Lissman. Spirit are always the best teachers.
Yes.
A book with good Oh, sorry, carry on. It's your service.
That's good.
You know me, I just get carried away. I've got nobody to talk to.
Well, I did bring my glasses with me, so.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Next week's service will be in Braille.
Yeah. Well, actually, you saying that, my grandfather taught me Braille when I was a child.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't smoke a pipe, did he?
I don't know that one.
Because I've got pipe smoke around me at the moment, but it's not my day today, so carry on.
Yeah.
Go over to Kinson, go on.
Right. A book with good exercises is Mediumship Mastery, The Mechanics of Receiving Spirit Communication by Stephen A. Herman. Oh, I've not read that one. I did read the one you had, Laurie.
Magician to Mystic.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And I've got a Glyn Edwards one at the moment, The Potential Mediumship.
Excellent.
So, yeah. So that's another good one.
Yeah. Here we go. This is Luann Carter.
Yeah.
I have tried a couple of circles, but haven't found one I feel comfortable with yet.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think you do need to be comfortable. I mean, obviously we're restricted at running circles at the moment, and I know some are doing it online, but I wouldn't recommend starting online. Therefore, circles that are already established. But when the time comes, you'll find the right one. And also remember that when you do sit in circle, that sometimes you grow out of it, and I never feel too bad if you have to move on, because we all move on in life and we all go on. So you don't always stay in the same circle for life. So
yep, very true. And I've heard people saying, "Oh, I went to a circle and this, that, everything else, didn't like it, blah blah blah," and they round off with, "Why does that happen?" And so, well, because you go to circle to learn. But not every lesson comes wrapped in bows and with puppies.
No.
If you feel to you it's a negative experience, you've learned something. And that's what you did. You said to Spirit, I want to learn. So you've learned that environment doesn't suit you.
No.
There you go.
Circle's not for everyone. Circle's not for everyone. Sometimes we just sitting in the quiet or just going to church. It's
very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yes, Mary, it is. I love that book.
All right. There we go. Got no more questions. Have you got anything else you'd like to add, lovely Toni?
I've just got the name Bruce. I've got the name Bruce, and he's a little impatient. And he's looking for someone to connect to, but that's as far as I'm getting. I feel that he was I want to say the old portly man, but he's quite impatient and he's walking up and down. I can see him walking up and down here. So if there's anyone that can take him, they can contact me, because I don't feel that he was quite a private man, but he definitely wants to get hold of someone. So if anyone can take this gentleman, we can take it further from there, I think.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Just somebody has said something here. I just need to go back and quickly check up on. Anyway, Toni, thank you so much. It's been a lovely, lovely morning with you. If I could ask you now, please, for the closing prayer, that would be wonderful.
Yeah. As again, I'll say, stay safe, everyone, and thank you for joining us this morning. Anyway, please join me in prayer. Dear Father, Divine Spirit, again, I ask you to watch over and protect each and every person that has joined us today, including their family, their friends, and their loved ones. I ask for the best forces to be able to guide them and keep them safe. And may the Lord keep you safe and take you forward, so that we can go forward and continue to spread your words. And I leave each one in your daily care. Amen.
Amen. Absolutely lovely. Toni, thank you so much. Been an absolute delight having you today. I'll rephrase that. Taking our service today. Very, very. This is quite interesting, actually. You had Bruce.
Yeah.
And he smoked pipe.
Ah, there you are.
Was he impatient? Anyway, Debs, you need to contact Toni direct to sort that out. Jeanette Connolly, apologies. You put on there, did ask a question earlier. I can only keeps a limited amount of comments on the side here, and I can't find it. If you want to message me your question or message Toni your question, please do so. Yeah. But unfortunately, it's dropped off of the list and we can't retrieve it. Thank you all for joining us. Quick number of messages. No, we're not doing messages. I'm not doing messages. That's Toni's job. Notices. Monday night, we have a meditation, 7 o'clock. Takes about a quarter of an hour. If you'd like to join in with that or get it on the catch up, just a little chill out time. Tuesday evening at 9 o'clock, we invite you to link in with our healers. It's not an online event. It's just something you can do in the peace and safety and harmony of your own home. Wednesday at 3 o'clock, we have Deb Clark back with us. Thursday evening, 9 o'clock, again, if you'd like to sit and link in with our healers, please do. Friday, nothing. Saturday evening at 7 o'clock, we have Ashley Robinson from Wimbledon Spiritualist Church, and he'll be giving a talk on the history of modern spiritualism. So look forward to hearing Ashley's knowledge there. And next Sunday, we have Martina Reynolds and her daughter Jade, who will be talking. And Jade, I believe, is doing psychic art, which she is working on at the moment to get the links up there. So a little experiment there. On that note, thank you all. Thank you, Toni.
God bless. Thank you, Laurie.
Yeah, God bless you, darling. Absolutely lovely. Well done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all for joining us, and take care. And we look forward to meeting up again someday. And also, very quickly, got to lean the other way. Just for everybody, if you look over my shoulder, this is what a socially distanced church is going to look like. Something to think on. Anyway, take care, everybody. Love you all, miss you all, and follow probably your own advice of staying safe, because it's just getting so confusing out there at the moment. Don't touch it, don't lick it, don't hug it. It's probably the best advice. Toni, take care, my darling.
Take care. God bless.